Hey, Gratitude Seeker. Hopefully, by this time, you have written something in your gratitude journal. For this episode, I will focus more on what I've written in the gratitude journal for September of 2017. And it's really interesting that there are simple things like having had a good night's sleep and a beautiful view in the morning. We're really lucky here that we have big windows, and when we look outside, we see trees, and when the sun is shining and nature is green and beautiful, it just gives you a beautiful feeling in the morning. Another thing that I'm grateful for when it comes to the month of September is the fact that we went to celebrate one of my friends' birthday, and we actually planned the trip that we took in November in Budapest, and that was pretty cool. Also, having quality time with my girlfriend, having the time to cuddle, to bond. We also received a really good tiramisu from the owner of the apartment we live in. For instance, something funny about this whole situation is the fact that at the beginning we were worried that it might not be very pleasant for us that the owners of the apartment live on the next floor above our apartment. But it actually turned out to be a really big blessing in many situations, including this one, of course. And the story about the tiramisu was that we went and gave her some flowers because it was a special celebration day for her, and she knew that we loved the tiramisu because at one point she gave us a little bit of it, and we just devoured it because it was really good. And interestingly enough, I'm not with the sweets usually, but it was really good. And I actually told her this, by the way. I actually thanked her for the tiramisu, and I told her that I really loved it, even though I'm not the kind of person that loves sweets. And of course, beautifully enough, she was generous to give us a whole box of tiramisu afterwards when she had the opportunity. Also, I received a beautiful gift from all the way from Arizona from Karen Dorfline, whom I interviewed on the podcast. She's an amazing person, and she was generous enough to send me a gratitude journal and also an intention stick with the tree of life. That's just beautiful. I actually shared it on Facebook on the Gratitude Podcast page if you want to see it. Another beautiful part about September was the fact that we went to the zoo in a nearby city, and I was very impressed by all the animals that they had there, by the fact that it was really well kept, and that a lot of investments have been made there, and I really felt that it can compete with other big zoos from Europe, and that was pretty impressive. Probably I didn't have too much of a big expectation about it, but I was really impressed. And the trip itself was very beautiful, with great people, with my girlfriend and another couple. We really had a great time, and it was an experience that exceeded my expectations by quite a lot. Good, so I hope that I gave you some ideas, some simple things that you could be grateful for when it comes to the month of September. Some things that are just, like I said in my examples, that exceeded your expectations. Things that you didn't expect to happen and they did. So what are your blessings for September? What are the things that you did that you really appreciate the fact that you were able to do them? What are the things that made you happy in the month of September? What were you thankful for? Like I said, it can be simple things like waking up in the morning, feeling rested, and seeing something beautiful outside the window. It doesn't have to be something really big or something like this. So think about 3 things. I gave you more examples this time, but think about 3 things that you appreciate about the month of September.